Just give me a moment. Okay, good morning.
Good
Facebook
morning,
land.
good
Come
day,
on.
good evening, depending upon where you are.
Oh yeah, we have an international
We have an
audience.
international audience, so
So,
great day. And you know what? You know what, Anita?
what?
It's our 99th episode.
Oh wow. Woo-hoo.
Hang on.
So that means next Friday is our 100th episode. And we have a surprise next Friday.
We do. And what goes with that surprise?
What goes with that surprise? Somebody's going to win.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to win a virtual home assessment with Anita and Cheryl.
Woo, woo, woo. And next Friday's episode is a little different time.
Oh, yes. It's at noon Mountain Standard Time.
You got it. You got it. And good morning for whoever's joining us.
Good morning, Kathy. Good morning,
morning.
Kathy. And I just want to have a big shout out to Sharon and Connie. They are in the running, for having the most ballots so far for sharing any of our posts, our Facebook video lives. And that's how we're entering people into the draw. Right?
Yeah. And if you're inviting people to join the page or the group,
Mhm.
I should say. Cool. That's exciting. Yeah. Well, cheers to, you said Sharon and Connie both have the most ballots.
Yeah, they so far they're the two that have the most ballots.
Well,
so good morning, Sharon. I was just talking about you. So you and Connie are in the running for having the most ballots.
Cheers.
So far. We still have a week, right?
Oh, yeah.
So the more ballots,
the better your chances are of winning.
Better chance to win a virtual home assessment with Anita and Cheryl. Mm-hmm.
So who are we and why are we wearing these?
Because we are Fun Shui with Anita and Cheryl, and every Friday we go live, 99th episode. We help you look through your energetic eyes to see your
we've been Fun Shui for a long time, but we changed.
Fun. I said Fun Shui.
I know, but we're all in alignment.
I know, but we're still Fun Shui with Anita.
Well, okay, we're all in alignment having a Fun Shui Friday.
There we go. That's what we're doing.
Helping you create sacred spaces.
We are evolving. And before, here, let's do that. And then I'm going to say something else. Okay. So every week the subject comes from the Personal Paradise card deck from Tara Catherine Collins, the founder, extraordinaire teacher from the Western School of Feng Shui.
Yes, who is also a friend and still a mentor.
Oh,
yay! Yes. Thank you, Tara.
And so Cheryl's going to shuffle, and I just have to put in a little commercial now.
You put in a commercial.
We are on our final stretch, our final week of our decluttering program that goes for 21 days. We've had so much fun so far, lots of insights, clarity for a lot of our participants and ourselves. Cheryl. You and I always grow every time. And so then, we get to be better coaches, better teachers in that regard. So I just wanted to let everybody know that our next decluttering program starts on March the 9th.
Yay.
Okay, and it runs for 21 days. It's not about us telling what to do every day. The program is flexible and it is designed for the participants that show up.
Yes.
Right? So it really, there's no two of them that are alike.
No.
And the reason I'm telling you this right now, March 9th seems a long ways away. However, we have a little bit of savings happening. If you go to our website, under the the Abundant Life package, that includes the decluttering program. It includes the vision quest. It includes guidance from spirit, which we had guidance from spirit last night. And you know what, Sharon, I know you were there. Maybe you have a comment. I mean, it was really, really good. It was off the charts, I want to say. And so anyways, the Abundant Life package is only valid until January 31st.
Oh,
So if you
wow, that's
thought
great.
about joining us for our decluttering program, if you thought about joining us for our vision quest, if you thought about attending guidance from spirit, then this is the way for you to save on that. So
Well,
I
action
wanted
gets
to give
rewarded.
that plug, but I also printed off something this morning that I have to read.
Okay.
I have to share because this is, you know, so cool. One of Cheryl's friends had listened to one of our episodes recently, and she was like, oh, and we were talking about decluttering, and she's like, oh, I don't have any decluttering. Anyways, I want to read you. She sent us an email, and I have to read it to do it justice. Okay?
Yes, please.
It says, hello, Cheryl and Anita. I just happened, in brackets, no such thing I know, to hear some ideas about where to consider there might be some clutter to clear. This was a huge surprise to me to discover that I had anything that would fall in this category. I downsized from home and belongings massively a year ago, and I tend to be very organized. So I really didn't think I had much to tackle. My first thought was, hey, this doesn't apply to me. Even when email was one of the specific ideas mentioned, I never let my inbox get out of control, and I've got folders that are well organized, and it's generally easy for me to find what I'm looking for. So again, I thought, nah, this doesn't pertain to me. Somehow the thought came to me that I have folders filled with emails I haven't ever looked at again, thousands of them. So I allocated a little bit of time every day and started deleting. Once I'd been through all my file folders, I deleted around 4,000 of them.
Wow.
And it felt great. Not the end of the story though, because then I discovered a folder titled Archive, and it was filled with almost 24,000 emails in it. Then I got started again with a little bit of time every day. It actually didn't take long because I very quickly saw that I wasn't going to keep hardly anything. And in the last couple of weeks, I've got my archive folder down to approximately 200 of them.
Wow.
It feels fantastic. I wouldn't have said that I felt weighed down by this at all, but now that I've done this clearing, I notice a difference. No real surprise, but something big I've been working on for many months had a big piece that clicked into place within the last week. It is awesome to see this happen for me. One other thing I would add is that I have also incorporated into my daily tasks emptying out my trash folder, so I never have this accumulation in my archive folder again. Thanks, ladies. Much appreciated that your message reached me and prompted me to do this. Wow. And you know,
that is so cool.
Yeah, what I really, really love about her testimonial is that she has a online techie business.
Yes.
Okay. And so for her to clear that electronic clutter in the unseen world was no different than what we do in our physical home environment. And it opened up all this space, and the universe said, Okay, yes, now she can handle the big project because she said it went clicking into place.
Oh,
Right,
that
so
is
it was
so
her
cool.
intention that she was making room electronically for her online techie business.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I just love it. I just love it. And she's actually one of the very, I don't want to say few people, but I know her well enough that if she says she's going to do something on her own, she does it.
Yeah.
And that is not common. It's more likely that we'll say we do something, but when it's for us, kind of gets pushed to the bottom. So,
well,
what a
and you know
great
what?
email.
Yeah, and she, I mean, I know her a little as well, and I would say that she is a very astute businesswoman.
100%.
And very organized and
Yes.
very clear in her vision and her purpose. And so for us to be able to reach her on this other level and for her to take action and have this amazing result, it's just like, it really, for me, it validates the work that you and I do.
Yeah.
And how important it is.
And it's all that's all part of the unseen, right?
Yeah.
So how many people carry around their laptop or work from their phone and their electronic devices? So you're still in essence holding on to that unseen clutter.
Yeah.
Right?
And 24,000 emails, that's huge.
That's massive.
Right? That's huge.
And she did it a little bit at a time. She didn't take on the entire big project, which is what we teach. Steps.
But again, this is how, so that big project clicked into place for her. And maybe it clicked into place sooner than it would have, the universe had it lined up, but until she made room for it. So it could have been 6 months out or 10 months out. But the fact that it happened now, that it was brought forward now that alone not only shifts her energy, but how many other people are going to be affected by that project, right?
Exactly.
The ripple. It could be a tsunami for all we know, right?
A good tsunami.
And that's what happens. And that's the beauty. It's just such a beautiful thing how all of this, interacts and just, I love it. Anyway.
Very cool. Okay. Very cool. So cool. 2 cards came out. The first one that came out, the number 21 card.
Okay.
Dining room.
Okay.
And often attached to the dining room is the number 26 card, family room.
Oh, okay.
Close it in. So, well, that's an interesting combination to come out today. Dining room and family room. And where is that energy coming from? Because typically something is going on, or we've had a conversation about something and the energy is in, and that's what comes out in the card deck. So what's going on in your dining room and family room, Anita? I'm pretty sure I know what was going on in your dining room.
No surprise. My dining room table has been home to all of my printed photos, because part of the decluttering program, I committed to organizing all of the print photos and turning them into digital files. And so I'm almost done. And so that's my dining room table has not been a dining room table for 2.5 weeks. And which is fine because I haven't, I've only had my little people here to dine. So, but it's really interesting again. The people that join the decluttering program in March are going to benefit hugely from that alone. Because again, in doing the process myself, I've, come up with some steps and some action plan, and I'm super excited about how that, anyways. it's like amazing. If you have, boxes and bins of family photos, then you need to join us for the next decluttering program, because you're going to have some holy shift moments. Like really, it's going to be, wow. So yeah, that's what's going on in my dining room. And so hence I haven't been spending any time in the family room, which is in our case the living room. Some people have two. So
Yep.
but
they're connected, right? They're connected. So family room. Well, what's in my family room? So this is interesting because that's down. Well, I would call the media room downstairs a family room. Upstairs, we're an open concept. So the dining room is open to the living room, which is open to the kitchen and the front entrance and stuff. It's wide open. But the one thing that has been sitting there that I was looking at this morning is my painting that I started. Well, I think Saturday will be 3 weeks ago. And it's still in the same spot it was 3 weeks ago. In fact, my paints are still out because we got inundated. And I don't want to say inundated in a bad way, inundated in a fantastic way with an opportunity that's come into our lap. So it has taken on a life of its own, which is exciting and I love it. But that means my creative juices have been stalled. For lack of a better word or term. And again, the decluttering program, I did a video and I was doing 7 things. Well, out of the 7 things, 2 on the list have actually been, I'm not beating myself up because they were the biggest 2.
Well, and you know what, we also teach correct and continue, right?
Yes.
And that's why the program is flexible, because we know that life happens. And I think as a result of you and I both decluttering, this other opportunity came, right? We made room for it. And so then we had to shift our attention, correct and continue, so that we could address that. And it's all great. It's a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful thing. So let's talk about how people can look at or look through their feng shui eyes at the dining room, and maybe some of the things that they can watch for. And I know a couple of the participants in the program have talked about the horizontal surfaces that we have typically in our kitchen, in the dining room, and how easy it is to just pile on. You walk by, you come in the door, you drop the groceries. Someone else comes home from school, their backpack goes on. These and I call a friend of mine, I call him, literally, he is a horizontal stacker, because if there is a horizontal surface in his house, he has a stack of something on it. On every single one of them. It's like, it's not that the horizontal surface attracts, but it does.
Oh, absolutely. Because again, it's looking through our energetic eyes. It's where the eye goes. That's where the energy flows. Where the energy flows, that's where our attention goes. And that's why the dining room table sometimes can be the horizontal stacker, because it's the first thing you see when you walk into the space. And like you said, Cheryl, right? So your eye goes there and it's like, oh, this will be a great landing space. And so, here's a couple of things we can do if that's the case for you, because some people, use their dining room table only on Sundays when the kids come over for dinner, or maybe they only use it 4 or 5 times a year for the special occasion, that kind of thing. So here's an idea what you could do if you are having that situation of horizontal stacking, is to actually put a tablecloth on the table. Put some placemats on the table so that it looks like you're, getting ready to have a meal on the table. And then someone will be less likely to put something on the table. Maybe put an artificial bouquet of flowers on the table.
Or a fresh
some candlesticks. And or maybe you change up your habit and you and your husband go and sit at the dining room table and have dinner every day or once a week. And again, by setting that intention and setting the table, 2 placemats, a little cozy, use half of the table, kind of dress it up a little bit so it invites you to come there and sit there and enjoy that meal instead of doing it in the family room. Because I know a lot of people, and guys are especially bad for this, I'm going to say, is, the hockey game is on, the football game is on, and they grab their dinner plate and, off they go to the family room and they're eating on their lap or the coffee table, right? And so again, it's about looking at how those rooms function for you and how you can shift 1 or 2 things to encourage, because again, we want to encourage that relationship to sit down and enjoy a meal together.
Exactly.
And that brings the family unity.
Yeah.
I also had watch a movie. Yeah.
I also had a thought while you were talking, received a thought that sometimes, and many times, and I've seen this, I'll use a friend of mine's house as an example. They have a separate dining room and she has the entire table as big as it can be. So actually the energy flowing around the space is tight.
Oh, yes.
So it would be very easy to remove some of those leaves, right? That extend the table leaves. Make the table smaller. Put a beautiful bouquet of flowers on the center of that table. And the likelihood of it becoming a stacking surface is now decreased at least 50% because you've taken the space away.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I know my dining room table, it actually, it can expand out and seat like 12 people.
Exactly.
Or 14. But yeah, I never have it that way, right? Yeah.
And I know ours expands as well. And 99.9% of the time, it's just the 2 of us.
Yeah.
And a third of it right now, I like having a live plant on the table. It's close to a window. So we're still only using 2/3 of the table.
Yep.
With the 2 of us, which is fun, but it's easy enough. A horizontal stacking is not an issue in my house.
Right.
But for those that have, if you eliminate the surface area, literally downsize the surface area, the stacking will also be downsized. It has to happen that way because there is no surface for them to stack on.
Absolutely.
Very cool. So what about shifting the energy in a family room? And I want to share a little story here. We call it our media room downstairs because that's where the only TV in the house is. And I had noticed, this is a number of years ago, that there's the TV and the fireplace. And I had inadvertently painted a couple walls, and one of the feature walls was red, which was behind the TV. What I observed was anybody who spent any length of time in front of that TV, fire energy, fireplace, fire energy, red wall, fire energy, would get a little bit cranky. Yeah, we're pretty high strung. So look at the color. That's where I want to go with this. Look at the colors and what energy is surrounding each of those rooms. And see if there's any correlation with behaviors in the home. So maybe your family room is very calm, very muted palette of colors, and you need a little bit of fire energy. Don't know what your end results are that you're after, but it all goes back to creating that balanced area, that balanced space, so everyone is living in balance and everyone is enjoying in balance. Maybe, and I've seen this a number of times, in the family room, there are cabinets and everything looks nice and neat and organized until you open up one of those cabinets. And it's all you can do to close the doors again. And you can't close them fast enough. We talk about and we teach in this 21-day decluttering program, energy doesn't hide. So because you have crammed all the stuff in behind the doors, the energy in the space is still of anxiety, is still of stress, is still of clutter, even though your eyes may not see it at the moment. So kind of like that email that you shared, the unseen clutter, right? So cleaning out those cabinets.
And you know, it is the family room. So again, is the space designated for gathering of the family? Is it an area where you can come together and feel safe and comfortable? Or is it just one person in the home that it, you know, that's their space, right? So again, we might need to shift some of the possessions that are in there so that it becomes aesthetically pleasing
to everyone
and comfortable for everyone. And
very valid.
Well, we're almost at the top of the hour. We got to talk numbers.
I know. So like I said, to start, the number 21 card, which is a 3, and the number 26 card, which is an 8, which brings us together to 11.
11 is illumination. So again, maybe we've illuminated. Yeah, maybe we've shone some light on something here for you today.
Oh, I love it. But I also want to talk. So we've got a master number in the 11s, but our episode is a master number.
Oh, yes. Today
is
we're
number
99.
Yeah. So I want to look up, because I always refer to, you can chat about what you know about the master number 99.
Wow.
I want to look up in double digitology, Marilyn's book here, what the double digit of 99 is.
Well, you know, the 9 signifies completion, and 9 is the only number where you can times 9. And actually I've got my calculator right here, you know, because I was doing some, oh, never mind. It's not plugged in. I can't plug it in. Okay. So number 9, try this on your own calculator. Take the number 9, times it by 4,625. I don't know. I'm just putting that out there. Okay. So whatever you times 9 by, then whatever it equals, if you add up those numbers individually, it will always equal a 9, always. So 18, right? 1 and 8 equals 9. Today, 27, 2 plus 7 equals a 9. You can take 9 and times it by whatever number to infinity, and it will always reduce back to a 9. And so it really is about that cycle. And there we do go in 9-year cycles, believe it or not. And, you know, 9 is about completing that cycle. And then what comes after 9 is the 10, which reduces to a 1, which is about new beginnings. So then that cycle repeats itself. So perfect. That's what I know.
That's what you know. And you know what? Adironda is really going to confirm what you just said. So there's a couple things I want to read out of here.
Okay.
9 is also about ending of a cycle, because 9 and 9, 99 adds up to an 18, which is a 9. It's just more magnified and more powerful. The 99 that shows up simply means that it is time now to review your own life or lives, encompassing your true wisdom, your true strength, and your ultimate courage as you are moving forward in ending an old cycle that may no longer serve and accommodating that new cycle that is presently entering your world. The 99 is simply a reminder of the powerful frequency you wield in this dimension, this time, this planet, and your guides are present in support of you. Ooh, and of course there's more, but that's the double digitology book. You can get that Amazon. You can buy it on their website, Adironda.com. That is super important.
Adironda, I know recently has also been talking about the energy of the year for you personally and what year it is for you, right? So if you take your birthday, so the month, right? And then the day that you were born, and then this year, 2023, and if you add those numbers up individually, that will tell you what number, what cycle you were in. So it might add up to a 2, it might add up to a 3. So if it added up to a 3, then this could be a catalytic year for you, you know, something to springboard off of and change direction. If it adds up to a 7 for you, this could be your spiritual growth year, your awakening, your aha moments. When I did it and do it, it comes into a 9 for me this year. So again, 9 is about that, right? So I'm very conscious about that, and I am zipping up energetic loops. I'm completing things.
And that includes your tasks.
In our 21-day decluttering program, I've been zipping up those energetic loops because I, recognize the energy of this year is also a 9. So it's about that. Let's get some completion going, and we're going to, in doing that, the momentum is going to happen. Yeah. And then, of course, I'm number 9, child of 11, right? So 9 plus 9 equals 18 equals 9. So I got 9s all over the place.
This is a significant year for you. And what's interesting is it's a 6 year for me. And it's a 60 year for me, which is a 6. And 6s are coming up for me a lot. But we are past the top of the hour.
Yeah, so what does 6 have to say? I'm curious. Like, let's not go yet. Almost.
Oh, really? Well, okay. Well, I'll pull out 6. But the one thing, I look at the shape and I think it's and Adironda refers to the shape, right?
Being pregnant.
Pregnant with ideas. Yeah, being pregnant with ideas, which keep coming. They always do, which is very cool. Let's see what else she says about the 6. It's quite interesting, isn't it? In the past, the energy of the 6 has only been about material possessions. And yes, it is still important to pay attention to those material possessions that you have in your world. However, now the 6 carries a much greater message. The 6 itself is about releasing your worry about material possessions, or releasing your worry about the effectiveness of your money or anything related to your material world. The 6 is also about being pregnant with new ideas that are bursting to be born. We mean, just look at the number. The 6 is leaning forward just a bit in excited anticipation of what is coming in. What new ideas are entering your world? And I got a very cool idea this morning.
Oh, yeah. Yes, you did have a cool idea this morning.
Well, insight. I received
insight.
That. Anyway, thank you for joining us on our 99th episode.
Wow. Okay, we'll see you next week. Bring your friends.
Invite between now and then.